In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. Our Lord, make us worthy to pray. Thankfully, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Earth is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses. Some temptation, but deliver us from evil. In Christ Jesus, our Lord, for thine is the kingdom. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God. We're going to start just with one song before the meeting.
Purify my heart, let me be as gold and precious silver. Purify my heart, let me be as gold, pure gold. Refiner's fire, my heart's one desire is to be holy, set apart for you, Lord. I choose to be holy, set apart for you, my Master, ready to do your will. Purify my heart, cleanse me from within, and make me holy. Purify my heart, cleanse me from my sin deep within. Refiner's fire, my heart's one desire is to be holy, set apart for you, Lord. I choose to be holy, set apart for you, my Master, ready to do your will.
We're happy today to have Mr. Joe Saad with us, blessing us and giving us for the first time in our church a talk for our families and our couples. Joe is a seasoned family and marriage therapist, and he has a master's degree in professional counseling, Liberty University, and he's certified Christian counselor, for life coach. So many things he's experienced in, and the most important thing, we're happy to have him because he's talking from Christian background. Christian counseling is very, very important to talk, to understand the background and to understand how he helps the community and how he helps especially our culture. This is very important to have someone from us. He's helping lots of his families. He's serving in Saint Maurice and Saint Verena. The whole family is serving him and his wife. We're praying that God bless his family and send a talk. The Holy Spirit can send a talk and a message for everyone this morning, so we can all benefit. The lectures, we have a streaming right now on the church website and on the YouTube, we can listen to it in the future, God willing, and benefit of it.
Thank you.
In the name of the Father, and Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen.
Thank you, Abuna, for your intro. I think this is too much for me. I don't deserve it. Hello, everyone. I'm so delighted to be with you today. This is my first time to come to your beautiful church, and would like to thank God and to thank my dear fathers for inviting me today. talking about a topic. And to be honest with you, up till last Tuesday, I wasn't quite sure if I'll be able to come. One of my sons had a meeting a couple of weeks ago at work, and last Saturday we were at SMSV, and when we came back, Health Canada called them and they said, one of the people that you met with was tested positive, so you have to get quarantined. So he stayed in his room from Saturday and he got assessed, and thank God he tested negative. Although many people of whom he met with, they tested positive. But God is great, and I thanked him, because had he been tested positive, the whole family would have been quarantined for 14 days. I wouldn't have been able to come. So God is great for us. He protects us. The topic I want to talk to you today about, the balanced couple. Let me give you, I'm going to talk for about 20, 30 minutes max, and then I will open the floor for questions. Research verifies a tendency in couple relationships that the man sometimes tends to be the child in the relationship, and the wife becomes a mother in the relationship. And I have noticed that dealing with many couples, many clients, not only Egyptian background, but even Western background. And I researched it, and to me it was surprising. Why would this happen? And I figured out that research says that people, when they hear about that, they consider it a common sense, even though they cannot deal with it. And it's a recipe for a dysfunctional marriage life. And one researcher commented that even though couples feel it, but they don't know how to deal with it. The husband becomes a child in the relationship, and the wife turns out to be the mother. And why does it happen? What are the roots of this issue? And why is it damaging? And by the end of the session, we will see how could we respond to that. First of all, in all cultures, girls have been programmed and trained to be disciplined and to have responsibilities. Please go clean the house, go take care of your sisters, do this, do that, lots of do's and don'ts. Men are associated with play. They like soccer, they like this, they like that. They can stay up late outside. Social roles. And for the man, his mother is the first woman in his life. She takes care of him. ازيك يا حبيبي يا عين امك مش كده؟ So he likes to be taken care of. That's great. But he's still playful. He wants to go out with his friends and. Children, our children, when they grow up, they learn that mamas are associated with the do's and don'ts. Clean your room, do your homework, do. Daddy is associated with plays and hockey and soccer and they fool around together. So, in other words, mothers are associated with the duties, which sometimes all of us don't like, and fathers are associated with the fun part. Okay? Right. When they think of marriage, a girl and a boy, the mother is the first woman in his life. So when a man thinks of getting married, he wants 3 profiles in his wife. We call it 3 profile in 1 wife combo kind of thing. He wants somebody to be like his mother, to take care of him. Okay. But not like his mother. Because sometimes I hear from youth, like somebody like mom, but not mom. Not mom, عشان الخنقة بس. Not mom. Okay. What else the boy wants? He wants a friend to share feelings with and to talk and to give him advice. And also, he wants a feminine lady to enjoy and play and flirt with and to make love to. So 3 profiles in 1 wife combo. Let me tell you, in all backgrounds, in all cultures, one of those 3 fall through the cracks, for sure. No girl, no woman can do the 3 perfectly. For Eastern ladies like us, I can take care of you, do the laundry, cook for you, but Mediterranean girls are not used to having to go out with a friend and to meet with him and also because they are disciplined, their mothers didn't teach them how to be flirtatious and how to be feminine and. So 2 fall through the cracks, minhum. For the Western ladies, I can be your friend and talk to you. I could be flirtatious and sexy but I'm not going to cook for you. I'm not going to do this. You do your laundry. So that's why I'm telling you, something falls through the cracks here. But what about the girl? The girl, when she thinks of marriage, who is the first man in her life? Her father. So she wants somebody to take care of her, to love her like her father did, and to respect her like her father did. And also wants a friend to talk to. Maybe in the old generations, friendships between girls and boys were not used to, but in the newer generations, it's much more acceptable now, even in Egypt and Mediterranean. And she wants somebody to appreciate her femininity and to flirt with her and to enjoy. So up till this point, okay, they are social norms. Once they get married, something happens. During courting or when they date each other, the girl is trying to show him that she is the best, she would be the best wife for him. But also in return, he tries to tell her, I'm a mature man, I'm going to take care of you. You know, in the wedding praying, they say you are responsible for her after her parents. I'm going to be responsible for it. Okay. Fine. They get married. And this is the complaint from a lot of men. Joe, something happens in the relationship. We lose the fun. We lose the objectivity. We lose the communication. And, man, she becomes my mother. As if I got married to my mother. I didn't want to get married to my mother. And as we said, this happens unconsciously. Simply because the girl has responsibilities. She has to take care of children. She was told by her mother to do this and to tidy the house. And you were playing. You were a playful man. If you want her in 2 of the 3 to be a friend and to be a feminine lady for you, you got to help her. You got to ease her off some of the responsibilities to make her able to take care of herself. And something else happens. They get the first child. He feels jealous of the child. He feels that he is slighted in terms of her attention. She doesn't take care of him as she used before. And this is where the problems start. You see, the progression, the way we were raised, the girls are raised to have responsibilities, men somewhat to be playful and to do whatever they want. During courting and dating, they try to show each other that they are the best, they would be the best spouse for each other. But once the rubber meets the road, things change. And the danger is that problems happen and they don't know why it's happening. Why it's happening. They don't appreciate the social roles they have been brought up on. Some of those social norms were unhealthy. Why do we make girls responsible for a lot of things and let the boys play? We should give them responsibilities. Not only to help us at home, but also to help their wives. Because if we don't do that, problems start. So what's the bottom line? the bottom line, and there is no point of blaming each other about the social norms. I'm telling you that I've noticed that not only in our Middle Eastern or Mediterranean cultures, even in Canadian cultures. And children of such a couple, they always associate the mother with the responsibilities. Take off your shoes. Take off your coats. Do this. Go take a bath. Come. You need to do your homework. And the guys watching TV, playing hockey. Let's have fun together. So the first thing is to admit that. Admit that some of our social norms were unhealthy. And you know what I notice when I counsel such a girl in my counseling practice? That they were under stress by their mothers because their mothers gave them a lot of responsibilities than they could chew. So in order to make their mothers happy and not to disappoint their mothers, they became stressful. And after they got married, thinking that she's going to be the best wife for her man, cracks started developing in the relationship. Puts a lot of stress on her. And Hoa, the man, I hear that a lot. Uncle Joe, she's not the man, she's not the one I chose. She changed. She became a motherly wife. And guess what? I was sick and tired of my mother, and I don't want another mother, and I don't want to live with a motherly wife. Okay. The first thing, the bottom line, is to recognize that we have an issue. We have an issue. It's an issue that could lead to dysfunctional marital life. People don't talk about it, but they feel it. And they don't know what to do about it. Simply speaking, what we need to do about it is to admit that we both grew up in things, in social norms, or in orders which were not ideal. Sometimes were not fair. And to agree and to empathize with each other. Dear, I'll take care of the kids today. Why don't you go out and have fun with your girlfriends today? Go to the movie. Go attend the meeting in the church by yourself. Get off your back some of the responsibilities. And vice versa. She can tell him, you know what? I want you, maybe once a month or wherever, go with your guy friends and spend some time. Sure. Yeah, we're not ideal. Yes. To all societies. Yes, because to be honest with you, thank you for this question. It's very important. And as I said, it's not only in Egyptian or Mediterranean. It's even in the Western society. Because when you have an issue regardless of the background. People may deal with it differently, but there's still an issue. So recognize that there is an issue and talk to your spouse about it. And agree on, okay, you don't have to be responsible for the children's homework all the time. You don't have to be responsible for picking up the garbage and doing this and doing that. And if we have children, they have to share in the responsibilities, whether they are girls or boys. Because we tend to do the same thing that we encountered with our parents, right? There is a very important rule in psychology. Children live the experiences they encountered. If they had good experiences, they will live through good experiences into their marital lives. If they had bad experiences, unless they recognize it and they fix themselves and rectify it, they will carry it over into their marriage life. As Abuna said, my wife and I serve at SMSV. And 13 years ago, when SMSV in Markham was established, we established what's called Holy Family Ministry. It's got a lot of activities. We figured out that people who are dating and about to get married, they need to be educated. What marriage is. And then 3 years ago, we introduced a system called Prepare Enrich that gives them questions and they answer individually and they generate a report. And I had to study this system. I became certified facilitator for Prepare Enrich. And we counsel the couples before they get married. And sometimes we had about 2 over the last 3-4 years. They decided, no, we're not for each other. We could be friends, but we're not good for each other. So how do we create a balance? This is one of the issues that creates lots of problems in the family. How can we create a balance? We go to self-help books and read. Good. And after we read, can we apply what we've read? So what can we do? I guess people, whether they are about to get married or who have been married, they don't realize that God designed the marriage in a certain way and He had a game plan for it. Let me read you the game plan. In Genesis 2, 24, 25. And this is the last 2 verses in Genesis 2. After God created Adam and then He made it go to sleep and created Eve. And then He woke him up and Adam was delighted to see Eve. God gave him the plan. And each couple of us should keep God's plan in their minds. Listen to what God said. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. And they shall become one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and the wife, and were not ashamed. You may ask me, we didn't understand. That was the plan? Yeah. When you have a circular something, no, it's okay. You have a circular issue, and you want it to be established, you have to have 4 corners. Thank you. You have to have 4 corners. Thank you. You have to have 4 corners, 4 pillars. Civil engineers know that. In order to establish a building, you got to have a foundation, 4 pillars. That's exactly the game plan for God for marriage. And we will see how God thought about that. The first one is the man will leave his father and his mother. Leave. Not ignore, but leave. So the first one is, and in the Old Testament, when they say a man, it refers to both man and woman. Also, the lady will leave her parents. And in the wedding prayer, we tell her, forget about your parents, and now you belong to someone else. Leave. God, you want us to leave? Yeah. I want each one of you to respect the others. You may have thought that the first corner I was going to talk about is love. We're going to talk about it number 2. But number 1 is respect. If you ask 99% of women in the world, what's number 1 on any man's mind? They tell you sex. And rightly, men were created as visual creatures. They get aroused by seeing. But research told us that men and women cherish love and respect, but a priority for the man is respect. A priority for women is love. Respect. When you go to spend a week of vacation, you leave your house because you have a priority of spending a vacation. You make sure that the bills of the house are taken care of. But every time somebody asks you, say, "Oh yeah, I'm going on a vacation." you have a priority. And God, the first one, the first corner, He wants the man and the woman to have their spouses a priority.